Hello, hello, hello. It's Attorney Mike Raven coming to you from Chicago as usual. And I got this nugget sent to me by Lokificent, who's been coming through lately. It's good stuff. It's our good friend Judge Wolf in Tennessee. I haven't seen him in a while. And we're gonna do the script. It's fun. Maybe it'll work. What do you think? What do you think? Do you think their first breakthrough is in front of Judge Wolf in Tennessee? I don't know. We'll find out. I threw some Judge Mom on after that, but I haven't even seen it. I don't know if there's anything in there, but she's usually charming, just because the first clip isn't too long. Let's get started, shall we?
But I so now I'm doing my step on some days I'm
Today's magic day. Yes, it might happen.
And then
So Brenn's gonna kick that ball.
All rise. Circuit Court of Cheatham County is now in session. The Honorable David D. Wolf presiding. God bless this court, these United States, and the great state of Tennessee. You may be seated.
That sounds like federal court here, except they throw in some oyes which is a really nice flourish.
Awesome. All right, good morning. We're going to go through the docket as quickly as we can so that we can start on the jail docket. 2021 CR 19158, State versus Matthew Aldridge. Are you Matthew Aldridge? Are you Matthew Aldridge?
I'm the attorney of fact for Matthew Aldridge.
You were what?
The attorney of fact.
Attorney what?
Of fact.
Attorney of fact. And what does that mean?
His authorization to do legal representation.
Are you a licensed attorney?
No, I'm simply an attorney of fact.
Okay. And does that mean you have a power of attorney? What is your name? What is your name?
My name?
Yes, sir.
I don't have.
You don't have a name? Pardon?
I'm the attorney of fact for the respondent in the area.
Well, let me explain to you. Only an attorney at law can stand in court and represent a criminal defendant. And to do so otherwise violates the criminal law statutes of the state of Tennessee and could land someone who attempts to represent themselves as an attorney at law in serious trouble. I understand what you're saying. I understand you're saying an attorney in fact. And what I want you to understand is that if you have a power of attorney, then you need to demonstrate that power of attorney. Do you have a legal document called a power of attorney?
I do not at this time.
Okay. Then you don't have any authority to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge in this court. You have no legal authority, nor do you have any authority through a legal document to represent or to act on behalf of Matthew Aldridge. Show it to the bailiff and he'll show it to me. Oh, apparently there's a copy here. All right. This is in the state of Tennessee of Cheatham County and Chancery Court, which is filed in the wrong county because in the wrong court, because this is circuit court. You just be quiet.
You go to the courthouse, it comes up.
You need to listen to me instead of talking, okay? This is a challenge to the standing. The Supreme Court of the United States has stated that no corporation has standing anything to man. And then there's a quotation for Rundle versus Delaware Raritan Canal Company. And then it said, as well as it being a maximum of law, citing certain Latin phrases, dissimilar things ought not to be joined by a definition of Black's Law Dictionary. So the respondent in error requires that the state of Tennessee Incorporated and Cheatham County Chancery Court prove their standing to proceed against a man in any court of law. You have 15 calendar days to prove your standing or forever yield to estoppel, waiver, and fraud, and cease and desist this proceeding immediately. Time is available if requested. And then this was signed by Matthew O'Neill Aldridge. Is that your signature?
That's the, that's the respondent in error signature.
All right. Well, I find that Matthew Neil Aldridge has failed to appear personally in this court for the plea day on his case, which is set for trial tomorrow. And as a result, you have no standing, sir, under what I know what you're trying to do is to try to use the sovereign citizen approach to this situation. And I'm simply telling you that you do not have the right to represent Matthew Neil Aldridge. If you are, in fact, Matthew Neil Aldridge, then you need to say so and stop this nonsense, because that what you're attempting to do has no legal effect. You cannot challenge the criminal law or the jurisdiction of this court by simply filing some legal mumbo jumbo having to do with civil litigation. That has civil litigation in it. It is not a criminal
It's Jabberwocky, Judge. And he is the settler and the agent.
case that you have cited. So it has no effect on this court regarding the criminal statutes of this court. This court is empowered under the Constitution of the United States of America and the Constitution of the state of Tennessee, and by the duly elected citizens of Cheatham County to empower and enforce the laws of the state of Tennessee. And that is what I'm going to do regarding Matthew Lynn Aldridge. Mr. Aldridge is set for today to appear in court personally on what we call our last plea day before his trial date tomorrow.
Is that an article pre-trial?
To what?
Would that be an article pre-trial? A trial by jury with jury?
It would be a trial by jury, certainly.
I mean, he really reminds me of the judge in My Cousin Vinny, who asked what a ute was. He really, really, really does. He could have played that part. It would have been perfect.
Would be. But I don't know who you are. And I don't think you have any authority if you are not Matthew Lynn Aldridge to appear before this court. And you're wasting valuable time that all of these other citizens who are here today. When I'm talking, you stop talking. No, you will when I'm finished talking. You're wasting the court's time by doing this, and I'm just simply instructing you that if you are, in fact, Matthew Lynn Aldridge, then this is your last day to settle your case. The trial date is set for tomorrow, and unfortunately, it will not go forward because of the fact that I have a conflict and I have to be in Stewart County on a civil matter. So we're going to assign a new trial date for Matthew Lynn Aldridge. Now, is there a
Meanwhile, okay, so he gets continuance having nothing to do with his stuff. He's going to go back and say he won. My only problem, and I absolutely love this judge. I think he's fantastic. I really do. But my modest preference here would be that he issues a bench warrant right now and they arrest his dumbass on the way out of court so that he can sit in court until the next in jail until the next date. That would have been more satisfying. Yeah, good point. If you see David Hall anywhere, tell him he's not getting out either.
General, we're going to need to set a trial date in July.
July 15th.
I'm sorry,
July 15th.
July 15th. All right. To Matthew Aldridge and the individual standing before me whose name must not be uttered, then we will set a July 15th trial date for Mr. Aldridge. Whatever this document is that you have filed is in fact invalid because it does not cite any valid criminal statute, and therefore I'm denying whatever that might be in the way of a motion. The trial date will be July 15th. The last day for Mr. Aldridge to enter a plea or go to trial will be July the 8th. July the 8th. Now, we're going to give you a card. If you are in fact Matthew Aldridge and you're just playing games with the court regarding this nonsense that you filed, then you may get this card and you may go on about your business. If you are not Matthew Aldridge, then I would suggest to you, you relay to Mr. Aldridge that he must appear on July the 8th, or a bond revocation will take place and his case will be set, will take place with him in jail, incarcerated on the 15th. That's the judgment of the court. You need to take your piece of paper and go on about your business. All right, next case is in jails, 2018 Sierra 187.
Holy wow. That's messed up.
Welcome to do that by following the QR code or the link.
Okay, here we are in Amarillo. I have no idea if anything interesting happens. I just saw her on the other day. I like Judge Mom. I'm sorry, I can't help it. She charms me. So there's your fair warning. I have no idea if there's any entertainment value here. There usually is. Let's see.
That will be on that paper. Okay, again, good morning. I'm Judge Hamilton with the Amarillo Municipal Court. I'm going to speak with you about your City of Amarillo charges only. When I call your name, I need you to step forward and speak clearly and loudly. We're only going to speak about the Class C violations you have with the City of Amarillo. However, if you have higher additional charges that could be affected by your Class C misdemeanor violations, please feel free to enter a not guilty plea and take the time to discuss your plea with your attorney. The cases we're going to speak about, again, are Class C misdemeanors. Class C misdemeanors are punishable by fines. Fine ranges vary depending upon the type of offense. If you are charged with the traffic offense, your fine range is generally $1 to $200. No insurance is punishable by a fine of $175 to $350 for the first offense. Second offense or more, you could be charged as a second offense, and that's punishable by a fine of $350 to $1,000. Criminal offenses are punishable by fines of $1 to $500. There are many other fine ranges that apply to our cases. I will try to advise you if your case involves a different fine range. You each have the right to hire a lawyer. We don't appoint attorneys in this court, but you may have, you can certainly take the time to hire one if you want to. I will set a bond on your case to give you that opportunity if that's what you want to do. You have the right to plead not guilty and request a trial in front of a judge or a jury trial. You have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all. Any statement you make can and probably will be used in evidence against you. You have the right to have an attorney present to advise you either prior to or during any questioning by police or prosecutors. You have the right to terminate an interview with police or prosecutors at any time. If you're not a United States citizen, you have the right to have your country of origin notified that you are in custody. If you haven't already entered a plea to your charges, you're going to have to enter a plea today. So that what that means is you probably haven't appeared here. So if you have not ever appeared on those tickets, We're going to have to come up with some type of answer today. You can plead not guilty, no contest, or guilty. If you plead guilty or no contest, I'm going to assess a fine on your case. I'm going to tell you the total due. We're going to give you your jail credit, and then we'll try to tell you your balance. If you plead not guilty, I will set that bond as I've previously stated. The bond will state your return date. That's the date you have to be back here at court. Court will approve your bond and you will go on a trial docket. There are different kinds of bonds, and I'll set the type that's appropriate for your circumstances. If you previously pled guilty, and I've got a couple of y'all in here in this situation, you previously pled guilty, you were assessed fines and court costs, you were given an opportunity to pay those fines and court costs, or maybe you were told to do community service or job search, or maybe you were just told to show up here the next business day and you failed to do that, then your case is at capias pro fine. When you're at capias pro fine, you cannot bond. I'm going to talk to you about your total. We're going to talk about what happened, why you didn't show up, and then I'm going to talk to you about possible new arrangements, or if I remand you, you're remanded at $150 a day, okay? You can always pay your balance at the jail and be released from the jail. If I choose to not release you from jail today, you can always write to me from the jail and tell me why you feel like I should reconsider my decision. If I choose to release you today, you do have to appear here at municipal court no later than 2 p.m. on the first business day following your release. Let me give you a pro tip. The 11 a.m. court time is usually less busy. We have an 11 a.m. court and a 2 p.m. court.
Yeah, I guess I'll just address it because I see it all over in the chat here with the Debbie Davis thing. I knew about it. I couldn't say. It's pretty outrageous. It has a horrible appearance that happens when she's announcing that she's going to run for that office. That's all there is to say about it.
You will all be scheduled for 2 p.m. court, whether it's a bond or a jail release. But if you want to come at 11, you might get to be seen a little bit faster, not have to wait so long. When you come to court, we're going to set up a new arrangement. So for anybody who gets out and I tell them they have to come to court, that means they have a balance. So you can either pay your balance before the 2 p.m. court time, then you don't even have to come to court, or be prepared to talk about a payment arrangement if you want to discuss your finances at that time. Bring proof of your income and proof of your expenses with you. So maybe you have a new good job and you want to talk about that. Bring me your paycheck stub so I can see that proof. Maybe you just have a lot of hospital bills. Bring proof of that. Maybe you pay a lot of child support.
Don't worry. I think Debbie will be back when she wins the election.
Bring proof of that. Show me your financial statement from the child support office showing you're actually making those payments. They're right across the street from us. You're welcome to go there first and get a copy of your printout. The other thing is, if you receive any form of governmental assistance, bring copies of your award letters with you. If I release you from the jail and you fail to appear here the next business day, your case.
Debbie's not the one who looks bad. I'll let you figure it out by process of elimination.
Will be eligible to go to warrant, and your balance will be higher the next time I see you. I need you to understand your obligation to pay and your obligation to appear are two very separate obligations. Always have to appear here. Any traffic offense conviction, certain traffic offense convictions will negatively affect or hurt your driving record. So I need you to understand that pleading guilty or no contest to certain things will cause your license to be suspended. So if you care about that, just make sure you ask me. If you're interested in obtaining an occupational driver's license, we don't do that here, but I can share that information with you on how you can go about getting one. Any plea of guilty or no contest that's made from jail can be changed by filing a written motion for new trial within 10 days of the date of your plea. So today, if you plead guilty and then you get out of jail and you think, why did I plead guilty? I didn't want to plead guilty to that. Then you have 10 days to just come in here. That's by February 8th. And that is a Thursday. So you have to be here by that date. with something in writing saying you want to file a motion for new trial, we'll automatically grant your motion for new trial because you pled while you were in jail. Okay. So at that point, we would set your case for trial and we would make you post a bond. So be prepared to post a bond at that time. Finally, if you got a new ticket at the time of your arrest and we don't talk about that ticket, it's because nobody has shared that information with me yet. Sometimes it takes a little time to get those. So if you want to talk about that ticket and we don't talk about it, you make sure you come back in the next 12 days so you don't get the 12 days from the day of that ticket so that you don't get another warrant. Okay, I am going to see you one by one. When I call your name, come right up. Make sure you speak clearly and loudly. Let's start with Mr. Cesar or Caesar. Come on up. Sir, you actually have 2 citations. You have a one from January 27th, a brand new one, a public intoxication. Do you want to plead not guilty, no contest, or guilty?
No contest.
That one's $484. I'm going to give you 2-day jail credit. And I'm going to release you to appear here. Now, let me tell you, Judge Henderson was really nice to you and for some reason didn't issue a warrant against you the other day.
Yes, Your
On
Honor.
your other one that you were supposed to show up on the 25th.
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'm going to reset that jail hearing, okay? You
Yes,
still
Your Honor.
owe that money. That's $231. I need you to be here by 2 p.m. tomorrow. If you fail to appear, I will issue warrants for your arrest, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions about your obligations?
No, Your Honor, just one question.
Yeah.
The 277, do I get any time for that one?
No,
Okay,
you're not in jail on that one
I
because he
understand.
didn't issue a warrant for you.
I understand.
So make sure you show up tomorrow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Wilma?
I can't have Amarillo start acting normal. That's as bad as losing
Good
Knox
morning,
County.
sir.
Morning.
From Thursday, you got a ticket for operation of vehicles expired plate. You're not in jail on that?
No.
And it was a 2000 Honda Accord. Can you get that re-registered?
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm in the middle of everything happened after getting it up and running and then losing my job. So it's been a,
Well, could you get it? I mean, because you're not in jail on that, I'll release you on that. Give you a bond so that you know that you have to be here tomorrow on it.
Yeah.
But if you think you can get the car registered, you can plead not guilty and go get it registered. Actually, well, you know what? You could plead guilty. I'll give you jail time. You'd be time served on it. You're just going to be a moving target for a police officer driving around there.
yeah, no, it's just, I haven't had a chance to, because it's $300 registration fee for it because the guy that I got the car from signed it over a year ago.
Why is it 300? Oh, because you never registered it?
I was trying not to waste the money if I couldn't get it running. And once I got all the parts and got it running, then I was going to go get it registered. I didn't know that it was going to be a penalty like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Where-
Okay, do you want to plead guilty or no contest to that?
That's what I'm saying, isn't it?
Okay. Just if I see you in court in a month and you're still driving the car that obviously runs without registration, I'm going to go, I know we talked about this.
Looks like you phonetically spelled it.
Okay, I'm going to time serve you on that one. What do you want to do on the no insurance from November 25th? On that same vehicle that runs?
Yeah. Well, all this happened after losing my job.
Oh, okay.
So, I had paid up all my bills on the house and everything, so I kind of ran out of money for everything for the car.
Okay. Do you want to plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
That one's a $400 fine and court cost. I'm going to give you that 1-day jail credit. Your balance is going to be $250. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to release you. You have to show up here tomorrow by 2. Unless somehow you come up with $250, then you're welcome to just pay that and not come and see me. Otherwise, come see me. We'll set up a payment arrangement.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, don't forget to show up. If you fail to appear, we're gonna issue a warrant for you.
All right,
I don't
we're
wanna
open
do that.
too.
No.
Okay, talk to the deputy before you leave. Thank you.
If someone doesn't start acting up, we're gonna pull the plug.
Miss Shelley?
She is hardcore.
When they
ginger.
arrested you, they said your birthday was February 25th.
So there was 3 of us and he just got us confused. And then when we came inside
I'm not sure.
the jail, there was like 2 of us and they were just passing out paperwork. And
Oh, okay. Sounds like a mess. Okay, so you have from October 28th of 2022, no insurance second, no driver's license, operation of vehicle with expired plate, and a running a stop sign. You may plead not guilty, no contest, or guilty. What do you want to do?
no contest.
No contest? Okay, based on your plea of no contest, I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to assess that fine and court cost on the no insurance of $733. So that's $583 balance on that one. On the no driver's license, I'm going to find you guilty based on your plea of no contest. I'm going to assess $260 fine and court cost, give you 1 day jail credit. On the operation of vehicle with expired plate, based on your plea of no contest, I'll find you guilty, assess fine and court cost of $242. Give you 1 day jail credit. And on the running a stop sign, that's $295 fine and court cost. Give you the 1 day jail credit. Your balance is $145. Makes your total $930. You will need to appear here no later than 2 p.m. on the first business day following your release, which unless you have something else holding there that I don't know about, should be today, okay? So make sure you show up tomorrow. If you don't show up, we're going to issue warrants, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. See the deputy on your way out. Mr. Sanchez? Hey, Mr. Sanchez, you have a no driver's license and a no insurance from November 22nd of 2023 and a possession of drug paraphernalia from October 7th of 2023 and a new citation from last week for driving around without your license again. When are you going to get a license? Oh, I can't hear you. You got to speak up.
Whenever I get some money.
Okay, well,
that means
somehow
nothing.
you had money to drive around, so it takes money to drive around. What do you want to do on this possession of drug paraphernalia from October 7th? Do you want to plead not guilty, no contest, or guilty?
Guilty.
You plead guilty, then I'm going to find you guilty. That's a $616 fine and court cost. I'll give you 1 day jail credit. I think it's your balance on that is $466. On the November 22nd, no driver's license and no insurance. How do you want to handle those? Do you want to plead not guilty, no contest, or guilty?
Guilty. Did you say no insurance?
You got to speak up.
Did you say no insurance?
I did. No insurance second on this Nissan Altima.
I have the insurance part.
Did you have insurance on November 22nd?
Yes, ma'am.
Did it have your name on it?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, then you should have shown up here to show us the proof, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you come to court?
She's disappointed.
No, but I can show it to you tomorrow.
Okay, so I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on that one, okay? I'm going to give you a $500 bond. Make sure you show up. If you fail to appear, I'm going to issue a warrant. It's a PR bond. You don't have to pay anything up front.
Right.
Then you've got a no driver's license case from January 23rd. Not guilty, no contest, or guilty.
Guilty.
That one's $175. 1 day jail credit brings it down to $125. Your total 701. I'm going to release you to appear here. If you fail to appear, we will issue warrants and we'll forfeit that bond. Make sure you show up, okay?
Come on.
Thank you. See the deputy on your way out.
That was even too sane. We need, who's going to save us? Who's our
Mr.
prime
Mogoza?
suspect to save this stream?
On November 6th of 2021, you received a citation for no insurance. On February 24th of 2023, you received a citation for no insurance. And then on March 23rd of 2023, you received a citation for speeding in a construction zone with workers present. The fine range on that is $1 to $400. Do you want to plead not guilty, no contest, or guilty?
Guilty.
On all three?
Yes, ma'am. I
Oh,
should have had
good
insurance.
Lord.
And that day I was speeding, but there was no people around.
They have to be in the whole, think about that. You were on I-27,
Yes, ma'am.
okay? They can be anywhere in that construction zone, and think about that construction zone on I-27. It's basically all of Amarillo.
I don't have any grand rundown on Debbie, other than it appears that she was filing to run for the prosecutor's office, which makes all the sense in the world. And then all of a sudden she has a problem, which really, you know, I've seen half of her work on my channel. She's excellent. So all I can think is that it gives all the appearance in the world to me of like trumped up charges for political reasons. Plain and simple. That's the way I see it.
Yes, ma'am.
So if they're even on the other side of the highway, or they were working up, we actually just had a trial about this on that exact block, because you were right there by Scotty's transmission.
Yeah.
And in the video we looked at, which was from right about that same time, the construction workers were up in about the 3200 block. So they don't have to be right where you are. You were right where the lanes open up to 3 lanes. And the construction workers are working closer to downtown at that point.
Oh, I don't mean that she's not a criminal defendant that I'm aware of. I don't think so. I guess I should say, I don't know what happened. Let's do this, because I don't want to create issues. There are no charges pending that I'm aware of. I believe that somebody used something as a pretext because they were afraid they were going to lose an election. That's what I believe. Let us never speak of it again. And go Debbie in the election.
Point.
Okay.
Just tried this case last week. Could have been you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you say guilty or no contest?
Guilty because I didn't do it.
Okay. I'm going to find you guilty, assess that $400 fine and court cost on both of the no insurance cases. Have you had a previous no insurance case?
Yes, ma'am. It's I figured my wife was gonna get it taken care of, you know, get insurance on the vehicle, but I guess I gotta take care of it myself because she hasn't done it.
You know, I have a friend that she expects her husband to do everything with the vehicle. And I always have to tell her, if you're driving the vehicle, you're responsible for it. So I'm going to tell you the same thing.
Yes, ma'am.
It's just the roles are reversed. If you're driving the vehicle, you are responsible for knowing it's insured, it's registered.
No, yeah, I'm not mad at you. I've just thought, oh, good Lord. If you say something, then it leaves it open to these interpretations of things you didn't say. And I'm going to have people running around saying that. So I had to clarify. It was my fault for inartfully stating it in the first place.
All that kind of stuff, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to find you guilty on each one of those.
Absolutely.
Let me get you your total.
I mean, I think she's going to win that election any way you slice it. She's incredibly popular and should be, and competent and excellent.
Looks like it's about 9:34. Make sure you show up here. We'll set up a new payment arrangement with you. You are one of those people that is going to be probably dealing with a suspension. So make sure your driver's license information is updated so DPS can reach you. Then they're going to make you get special kind of insurance probably. Okay? Okay, show up tomorrow, 2:00.
Okay,
Or come in at 11 if you want to talk to us earlier in the day.
I'll probably be there at 11.
That's a great idea. Less crowds. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Judge, what jail credit did you give him?
1. Stephen
you.
Kime? Oh, I was talking to the clerk, sir. Thank you. Mr. Kime, you have a possession of drug paraphernalia from early this morning. How are you feeling right now?
Pretty tired.
Pretty tired, but you're thinking clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can plead not guilty, no contest, or guilty. What do you want to do?
No contest.
Okay. Based on your plea of no contest, I will find you guilty. I'll assess fine and court cost of $531. Give you 1 day jail credit. Your balance is going to be $381. I'm going to release you, sir. You can appear here at municipal court no later than 2 p.m. tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
See the deputy on your way out.
Thank you.
Go on. Hey, Mr. Galan, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. You got caught dumpster diving, it sounds like.
Yes.
Did you know this? I just read this the other day. When you put something in a dumpster, guess who owns that then? After you throw something away. Guess who's the lawful owner of your trash?
Okay.
Do you know?
Well, I didn't think
Yeah, I can hardly hear you, so speak up.
We're making a comeback.
The city of Amarillo, there's actually a law that says if you throw something in the dumpster, it becomes property of the city. So no dumpster diving, okay?
Dumpster diving with Judge Mom, everybody. Now there you go. There's your quality entertainment right here. I want to talk with Mike.
Okay, what do you want to do on this? Do you want to plead not guilty, no contest, or guilty?
Guilty.
Guilty? Okay, I'm going to find you guilty, assess fine and court cost of $284. Give you 1 day jail credit. Sir, your balance is going to be $134. You have to show up here no later than 2 p.m. on the first business day following your release. So if you get out of jail today, you make sure you show up, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Crandall? Good morning.
Morning.
So previously, sir, you received a citation on August 1st of 2023 for running a red light, no driver's license, and no insurance. Second, must have had a car accident on South Pierce. Then that's on October 10th, you were probably speeding down North Buchanan. Oh, they said you were speeding because that's what people do at North Buchanan. They caught you going 48 and a 30 and driving with a suspended license. That's punishable by a fine of $1 to $500. Sir, you pled not guilty. You can maintain your plea of not guilty, or you can change your plea to guilty or no contest on these. What do you want to do?
No contest on those.
No contest on what?
On those.
Okay, is there like a microphone near you? Yeah, speak up into it.
Yes. No contest. It's up on the laws.
Okay. You owe $313 on the speeding. You get 1 day jail credit. Karen, what's the total on all of these before jail credit?
$20.70.
Thank you. On the driving with an invalid license based on your plea of no contest, find you guilty, assess $434 fine and court costs, give you that 1 day jail credit.
It's an outrage.
And then On the running a red light, no driver's license, and the no insurance second from August, did you plead no contest on those also?
Well,
Sorry?
yeah, it was kind of hard to determine, the light.
Hold on, let me check my volume and see if somebody turned it down on me.
Yeah, but it
Oh,
was
yeah,
hard,
that would help. Hold on. Okay, now say what you're gonna say.
it was hard to determine, whether, she ran the red light or I didn't. I didn't, I haven't been to court on this, but,
Now you pled not guilty to it when you came to court. You must have been escorted in on October 10th.
yes.
I bet you were at warrant.
Yes.
Yeah. So when you came to court, you entered a not guilty plea. We reset you a court date and you didn't come back to your court date. So that's why warrants were issued.
And, I came back to court, they issued another warrant that wouldn't take me to jail if I didn't pay that fine. I paid $700, cash that day. And,
Still supposed to show up on your court
Yeah.
date you sign up for.
yeah, and that following day, so that's why I'm here.
Not rocket science. So you can maintain your plea of not guilty.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me check your bond status. Hold on.
I'll plead no contest.
No, let me look at it. Everybody has the right to have a trial. I mean, but looking at your history, you've had enough citations. You knew you were supposed to show up.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
I don't.
I know you know that.
Yeah, no, I'll plead well, like I said, I plead no contest, and then,
You don't have to. You
Well,
can,
I just-
I'll give you a bond if you want a bond.
I need your guys' word though.
Okay. You don't want to mess with it?
Well, I mean, I know, I was aware of the accident. I mean, we were there, but for the most part, it's my fault. If that what you're talking about.
I mean, I'll enter a not guilty plea and I'll give you a PR bond on that one if you want one. But you're gonna have to come in.
Yeah.
Let me know if you want a jury trial or a bench trial, and then you have to come back again to your jury trial or bench trial. So can you commit yourself to that?
Yes, that accident happened so fast. I was on my way to work. I left work and I came back. And it was she was right in front of me. You know, but looking at the accident, you know,
So you want to plead not guilty to that?
No.
You want to plead guilty or no contest?
no contest.
Okay. That's a $330 fine and court cost to give you the 1-day jail credit. On the no driver's license from that day, you plead no contest? You have to say it.
Yes, no contest.
Okay. And on the no insurance second from August 1st, what's your plea?
That's on the
Same day.
thank you. Same day. Yeah, no contest.
Okay. Okay, that's $733 fine and court cost, find you guilty. Okay, so if your full amount was 2070, be 2070 minus 750. So it should be about 1320. So that's your balance. So when do you have to be here?
Tomorrow 11 will be all right.
Yeah. So if you guys are all going to come at 11, get here about 10:45. So you can get your paperwork. You know the routine. Okay, let's make this a better, let's do better.
Okay.
You're like not 19 years old.
Yeah, like right under Buchanan, right underneath that bridge, there's always
That was my kid's favorite place in Amarillo, way before I was a judge.
I work right there, so it's right there. I take a left, and he's right there.
I mean, if they ever do anything to straighten out that one little valley we have in our flat land, it's going to be a sad day.
Everybody lives there. Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, we can't speed on it. So, okay, good luck, sir. We'll see you tomorrow. Mr. Johnson? Hi, Mr. Johnson.
Okay, I get it. She says Amarillo.
How are you
not
today,
Amarillo.
sir?
I'm
Okay. You have 3 habeas warrants, sir. You owe $1,455. I'm going to go ahead and give you $300 jail credit because you've been in jail a couple of days. Okay. So you've gotten, oh, hold on. Okay. You have a warrant back from way back in 2019. You pled guilty in 2020 to a possession of drug paraphernalia from 2019. Didn't pay anything. You had a payment plan, but you didn't pay anything. Then in April of 2020, you received a citation for turning when it wasn't safe to turn and a no insurance. You pled guilty to those. You pled guilty to all of those in October of 2020. You were probably at warrant. And you set up a payment plan. And then you didn't follow your payment plan. Judge Ratliff specifically said to you, and she's made notes on this, saying if you couldn't follow your payment plan, that you should come back and talk to her about other options. You didn't come back. And then we set a hearing because you didn't come back and you didn't make payments. We set a hearing called a show cause hearing. You failed to appear at that show cause hearing. And then we finally had to issue warrants for you. Sir, you've been at warrant since December of 2020. Where you been?
At home.
At home. Okay. What's your source of income, sir?
Have you ever had a failure to appear?
How much are you getting?
$724.
Do you own your, or you live in an apartment?
And a half, an 850 here.
Does anybody else support your house? You don't live with anybody else who helps support your household?
No.
Do you receive food stamps? How much?
145.
Are you on Medicaid?
Medicaid?
Yes. You should be on Medicaid if you're on SSI. Do you receive housing assistance? Okay. Are you, could you tell me what's your disability? Is it physical?
It's emotional.
It's emotional. Okay. Okay. How come you didn't come back and see Judge Ratliff like you were supposed to?
I don't know. I can't really remember way back then.
Okay, that was after COVID. It was after the big shutdown. Our court was open.
Judge, you're dealing with Sling Blade here.
So, what were you doing out Saturday night? Walking in the middle of the road?
I was walking in the road coming from Tucson Southern across the street from H&R Block because I live at H&R Block. I had went to get me a fountain drink.
Yeah, you do live right by there, don't you? Well, did you tell them that you were just walking home?
Yeah.
I guess it's just because you had these warrants. That's why it took you to jail. I see. Are you driving anymore?
No,
You don't have that Camry anymore?
that what?
You don't have it anymore?
He's like, yeah, Judge, even I understood the warrant thing.
Okay. What are your bills that you pay every month?
I pay rent,
How much is your rent?
$248.
What else do you pay? Do you have to pay for rides? Who do you pay for rides?
I pay a friend of mine.
How much are you paying your friend every month? Do you want the ones I've done? How much are you paying your friend every month?
From $40 to $50 a ride.
How, $4 or $5 a ride?
No, $40 to $50.
Okay, sorry, somebody came in and was asking me something, so I didn't get all that. How often are you having to pay somebody $40 or $50 for a ride?
To the grocery store.
I think you need to get, do you have a cell phone? Are you paying for that or is that provided for you?
It's a free phone.
It's a free phone? Okay, can you get an Uber? It's cheaper than paying somebody $40 or $50 to take you to the grocery store.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh yeah, Judge, he's gonna dial up an Uber on his iPhone. She's trying to be nice, but I mean, this is going nowhere.
What that is? Could you take a taxi and it'd be cheaper?
I don't know.
Okay, well, somebody charging you $40 or $50 to go to the grocery store that's not that far away. I think they need to, you need to see if you can find a cheaper way. Do you have, what other things do you spend your money on? Do you have to pay your utilities? No? What other bills do you have?
That's how.
That's all? So it sounds like maybe you should be able to afford to pay this, to pay your tickets. Because if your rent is your only bill and your utilities are paid for, yeah, Mr. Johnson, I need you to be either doing the community service or paying your rent or paying your tickets. Can you come in here tomorrow? Can you get a ride down here tomorrow to see the court?
Where is that?
You know where the police department is?
Okay.
Yes. I'm sitting here looking at 3rd Street right now. We're right in the same building as the police department. You just come in on the other side of the building on the 4th Street side. Can you take the bus? Do you ever take the bus?
I'll get a friend of mine to take me.
Okay, well, I'm going to have you come out and talk to me tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Okay, what time do you have to be here tomorrow?
That'd be fantastic.
I don't know, 2 o'clock?
That was probably
No
today.
later than. So if you're going to get your friend to bring you, you make sure you show up by about 1:30, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and we're going to talk to you about resetting your payment plan. I think you can make these payments.
Okay.
Since you have one bill.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Johnson. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that was
Here, I put
fantastic.
the credit on 603-677-42-01.
Let's give him a one goat salute.
The one that the balance was 360.
2 days?
Yeah, 300. Yeah. Mr. Fernandez?
I mean, now we're in. Although the last guy kind of saved it. That and the dumpster diving discussion. Fun facts about dumpster diving with Judge Hamilton. Oh, good Lord.
I've worked there since December 8th.
Oh, Mr. Fernandez, it looks like you've got 13 capias pro fines with us.
Yes, Your Honor.
You owe $4,647. You were on a payment plan, a juvenile payment plan, which when you became an adult, we switched over to an adult payment plan. Then you couldn't do that. I guess you'd lost your job. One of the judges put you on, maybe me, I don't remember, put you on community service.
Yes, Your Honor. I remember.
Then, yeah, then you didn't do that. So why did you not do that?
I have to admit, Your Honor, excuse me, I was being very, very irresponsible. I just have to admit that's it. I was just being very irresponsible. Didn't think I'd come. I didn't think I'd lead up to this point of me being in jail, having to be in court. I know I should have took care of it when I wasn't able to show up for community service and whatsoever.
Okay. Where do you work now?
Right now, I work at JBS Swift in Cactus, Texas.
How long have you worked there?
I've worked there since December 18th, but I've already qualified in my 30 days. I'm already a qualified worker.
Where'd you work before that?
Before I worked there, I worked at the Barfield Hotel downtown.
What'd you do there?
I was a dishwasher, but I'd help around in the kitchen from time to time.
What'd you do before that?
Before that, I was an overnight stalker at Walmart.
What happened to that job? That's a good job.
Oh yeah, it is a good job, but I wanted a little bit more pay. The job I've been aiming for a little while was JBS, and I actually finally did get that job last month. So this, I have a very firm job. I get paid weekly, so I'm hoping my job could save me out of this.
And it looks like you made a bond on a felony. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
How were you able to afford to make that bond?
Save the
Well, I didn't pay any of these tickets here.
emergency money. You know,
How much did you have to pay your bondsman?
I had to pay him $650, but that was only half. The total that they wanted was 1,200 something, but she let us pay $650 up front and then 100 bi-weekly.
Why did you not come back to court when you didn't do your community service?
Like I said, Judge, it was just me being very irresponsible. Just didn't think I'd get to this point. I knew I would, but I just thought I could just ride around and it would slide. I was just being very irresponsible about my stuff, honestly.
Well, that's
I have to
honest.
admit that.
I'll give him that.
I wasn't making a very much big deal about it.
No, you weren't. That's kind of why we're here.
Okay. Well, Mr. Fernandez, I think we're done. I'm going to find that you are not indigent and you have failed to make a good faith effort to resolve your fines and court costs. I'm going to remand you to the Chief of Police of City of Amarillo until your fines and costs are paid in full. I do give you $450 jail credit. So it's 4647 plus and 450 minus, so it's $4,197. That's going to be 28 days. So if you can pay that, you're welcome to pay it. If not, you'll be there. Okay?
Question, Your Honor, I can't rearrange a payment plan now that I do have a job.
No, you had that opportunity when you had all those jobs. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, he didn't even fight about that. He asked once, and that was that. Oh, you thought it was over. But no.
We're not supposed to take in front of no judge. I got complete immunity.
Oh, who's this?
This is Crystal Denise Poole.
Okay, hold on, Denise. Hold on just a minute. I'm sorry.
Crystal Denise.
I see that. Thank you. I just heard the Denise part. Hold on. So, Crystal, you have a possession of drug paraphernalia charge?
Save us,
Ma'am,
Denise.
listen, I had coronavirus and the weed was medical weed for coronavirus. It
Okay.
will take the virus up out of your liver and your lungs.
Okay.
That's all I had.
Okay, so Ms. Poole, I'm going to speak and then you can speak, okay? So you had a possession of drug paraphernalia that's Class C misdemeanor, punishable by a fine of $1 to $500. You have the right to hire a lawyer. You have the right to tell me you want to have a trial by judge or by jury. If you want to hire a lawyer, have a trial, I'll set a bond on your case to give you that opportunity to do that.
You will.
Or you can plead guilty or no contest. If you plead guilty or no contest, I'll give you your jail credit or your balance, excuse me, your fine is $531. Your jail credit's $450. Your balance would be $81. What do you want to do today? Do you want to plead not guilty today, or do you want to plead guilty or no contest?
What does no contest mean?
No contest is what people say when they don't want to actually say that they're guilty, but they understand the effect of that would be that I would find them guilty. If you were in a higher court, like if this was a felony, the state would still have to present evidence indicating your guilt that's not required in a Class C.
No evidence because he threw it out when we got in here.
So you could plead not guilty and set a trial, or you could plead guilty or no contest, whichever you want to do.
What you gonna give me if I plead no contest?
You're gonna, exactly what I told you. It's $531. I'll give you the 3 days jail credit.
How many days I gotta do?
You don't have to do any more days. You just have to pay $81. You can sit it out, and that's one more day. I never recommend that, but you can do that. So if you said, you know, I'll just stay one more day so I don't have to pay anything, you can, but that's on you.
Well, yesterday my man paid his fine before I came in here and you didn't look at it.
I wasn't the judge yesterday, and I did not see, there was no fine paid on this case yesterday.
He paid it with a credit card.
He didn't pay here, ma'am. So if you want to plead not guilty, you're welcome to, or you can plead guilty or no contest. What do you want?
Exciting and new.
You know I'd get it in.
No contest.
Okay, I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to assess $531 fine and court cost. I'm going to give you 3 days jail credit. Your balance is $81.
Got one more day to do?
Do you want to do the one more day?
Or pay $81?
Or pay $81?
Well, my mama friend Coffee, she put it in there for me to pay. It's in there.
Well, if it's in there, then when you get out, when they give you your money from, like when you get released, I think you can set it up to pay it from there. Is that right, Deputy?
Not on that,
Oh, she can't?
no. Just
How's
on
it-
previous.
What, do they give them their money back or do they send them a check?
It's a card.
Oh, okay. So she could come out with the card and pay with the card?
Right.
Okay, you could do that, Crystal. So if you're released and you have money on your books, they're gonna give you a card with the money, so you could come in here and pay.
Today,
I thought this was Denise. And she just said Crystal, but I don't know if she's referring to her. And yet she's a Karen, so it's really it's messing with my brain.
Sure, you have to be here by 2 o'clock tomorrow. Or you just spend the night in jail, get out tomorrow at 8.
it don't matter, baby.
Well, you have to, you're the one that has to sign for it. So if you say, yeah, I'm gonna stay in jail, then he's gonna give you a paper to sign. If you say, no, I don't want to stay in jail, then I'll see you tomorrow at 2.
You're gonna have to see me again.
Tomorrow at 2, here at my office. I'm not in the same building as you. I'm down.
Your world frightens and confuses me. My primitive mind can't grasp these concepts.
You'd have to be here. You know where the police department is in Amarillo?
The police department in Amarillo.
Yeah, you know you're in Amarillo?
You know she's been there.
Yeah, I don't think I was in Amarillo.
Well, you are in Amarillo. I know. Where are you from? You sound like you're from like.
Don't say it.
I've been
Judge.
in Amarillo 12 years.
You have been? Where'd
Don't
you
say
you
it.
grow up?
Gaffney, South Carolina.
I was gonna say Carolina, Georgia, somewhere over there. So, you know where the police department is in Amarillo?
Yeah.
3rd and Taylor. That's where I am.
Uh-huh.
I'm in the same building as the police department. We come in on a different side of the building. We share the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Hold on, Crystal. I gotta talk to somebody.
Oh, good Lord.
Crystal, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay until tomorrow, or do you want to get out and come see me?
It don't matter. Just take the money out. Let me out.
I can't take the money out. I'm going to let you out, okay? When you get out, you have to come see me by 2 o'clock tomorrow. If you don't show up, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest, okay?
All right.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow by 2. The deputy's going to give you a map. Thank you.
All right, cool. Good.
All right, cool.
All right, so let's go and take you back so we can process the paperwork, okay?
Is that it?
We have Franklin to get next too, Harry.
Thank you.
Uh-oh.
Franklin next too.
But wait, there's more.
Mr. Franklin?
No, ma'am.
Oh, you're Mr. Morgan?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, come on up here, sir. Mr. Morgan, I'm Judge Hamilton with the Amarillo Municipal Court. Back on January 8th of 2021, you received a citation for driving with an invalid license. You pled guilty to that on November 27th of 2021, but even before all of that, you've gotten another citation for driving with an invalid license. You pled guilty to that in November of 2021. Do you know where you are today?
Randall County.
Randall County. Do you know what day of the week it is?
I do not know.
And I don't blame you. I think it'd be hard to know if I was in jail. Today is, I even had to look at the calendar just now. It's Monday, okay?
And I just know that I was in rehab when I got arrested.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am. I was at the Center Course Foundation.
What happened?
The only thing I can think of is I had an allergic reaction to the medication, and it put me off into a deep sleep, and they couldn't wake me up. So they called paramedics, and then the police, and one thing led to another. So
Did you just have a different medication, something different?
no, ma'am, they had me on Ativan, and I can't think of the other one. It's not Thorazine, it's Tramadol.
He switched from crack to glue.
And,
Oh, tramadol?
yes, ma'am.
Really?
And I was just in a very deep sleep. I just got back from, going to the ER. To be honest with you, ma'am, I'm just trying to get back to rehab, man.
Do you, okay, did I just ask this? Can you go back to Senecor?
I can, yes, I can.
Have you talked to anybody from there since you went to jail?
No, ma'am. I know that when, at first they were gonna put a restraining order or a, whatever you wanna call it, where I couldn't go back. But then the main lady in charge, she came down and she told them that she wasn't gonna place anything on me, that I could come back. So I do know for a fact that I can't go back. They still have my cigarettes and other property there. So,
Are you working?
no, ma'am. I'm working on me.
Were you working previously?
No, ma'am.
Who's paying your bills? Who was taking care of you?
And I've sold drugs most of my life, man.
Say that again.
I've sold drugs most of my life.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get clean and sober, man.
You gone to prison?
I've been to prison a couple of times, yes.
When they're that up front, I think they have hope. How do you pay for yourself? I've sold drugs most of my life. I'm trying to clean myself up. When I hear that and with no like hesitation, I think, yeah, he probably is trying to clean himself up.
Do you live in Amarillo?
I do. When I'm done with treatment, I plan on moving with my dad. His health doesn't.
Does your dad live on South Forest?
No, ma'am.
Whose house is that?
That's Michael Dos Santos' house.
Whose?
Michael Dos Santos' house. It's a friend of mine.
I feel like I've talked to him.
You probably have, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have an updated address for us? Is it the one on the county road in Hereford?
No, ma'am. My mom and dad sold that place when my mom passed away. My dad now lives in Post, Texas. It's 1002 Avenue.
That is an outrage, by the way. The boys are going to get it. I just want y'all to know.
Q, I believe.
Thanks, Jack.
There's an Avenue Q in Post?
I believe so, yes.
There's an Avenue Q in Lubbock. I just didn't know they had enough streets in Post to make it Q. Make it to Q.
No, it's 1002. You can look it up if you need to.
No, you know what? I will, just because you made me curious. I mean, I know Post has got its own little, traffic, but.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that where you grew up?
No, ma'am. I grew up in Hereford. My dad, when my mother passed away I guess it would be Dallas where she passed away at, but we lived in Hereford all of our life. But when she passed away, he sold the place and moved to Post.
Actually, when I put in 1002 Avenue Q Post, it came up with Lubbock. Let me look it up in the.
I know you can look at my dad by name if you need to. That's the address of where I was moving to.
How long were you going to be in Senecor?
30 days, ma'am.
How long had you been there?
About 4 days.
Oh, okay.
I was actually.
Yeah, there's not a 1002 Avenue Q.
I was going through a detox.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to discharge your fine and court cost. If you will go back to Senecor, please.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
Okay. I'm going to waive I'm going to give you the $450. So this is for my clerk. Giving him the $450 jail credit, and then I'm going to waive the rest. Okay. Okay. Good luck with your rehab. I hope everything you've told me, there's some grain of truth in it.
It's what I can tell you, ma'am.
You are doing what you can to make your life, the rest of your life, a better thing for you and everyone around you.
Correct.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be released today then?
I'm done with you. I think that was the only thing you were in jail for.
Okay, thank you.
I hope you can get back to Senecor. Thank you.
See what happens when you tell the truth?
Franklin should be on his way.
Super.
I'd pull out on this. There's much more because I have it, but these cases have gotten better after the initial crowd cleared out. Denise takes the cake still. She's a winner for the day. Denise was a hoot. Yeah, let's see.
You have one new.
Oh, we do have somebody up here. All right.
Hey, Mr. Franklin, I'm Judge Hamilton with the Amarillo Municipal Court. You have one new charge I'm going to talk to you about, and then I'm going to talk to you about something else.
Yes,
You've
ma'am.
got a public intoxication from Saturday at 4 p.m. That's a Class C misdemeanor punishable by a fine of $1 to $500. Mr. Franklin, you have the right to hire a lawyer. Tell me you want to have a trial. Do you want to do either of those things?
No, ma'am.
Do you want to plead not guilty, no contest, or guilty?
No contest.
If you plead no contest, I will find you guilty. I'm actually going to time serve you, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, but don't leave. We're not done.
Yes,
There's
ma'am.
wait, there's more. So the other day, on January 19th, you pled to a theft. And then on January 21st, you pled to a possession of drug paraphernalia. You were released. You were supposed to come see the court by January 26th. You failed to come see the court. You were not arrested on those. I'm not going to give you any additional jail credit. I'm going to reschedule those court hearings. I'm going to give you one more chance to show up here because the judge you were supposed to see was much too nice and said he didn't issue a warrant for you. So I'm going to let you out. You have to be here by tomorrow at 2 on your new jail release, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You show up tomorrow at 2 on your jail release. We're going to set up a payment plan for you on those. If you don't show up, I will make sure those warrants get issued, okay?
Question. Yes, ma'am. So what is my total? What is my total?
381 plus 335,
Okay.
whatever that's. 380. Let me do the math.
726.
716. You probably already knew that. Did you already add that up in your head?
No,
It sounds like you were coming up with it. So your balance is 716. You show up tomorrow. Please try to stay clean and sober.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You're too old for this. How do you like somebody telling you that? Like I'm your mom or something. You show up tomorrow at 2. We'll set up a payment plan with you. Or if a payment plan is not what you need, if you need to do community service, then you need to bring me proof of your income and your expenses, and we'll talk about that. Okay. Thanks, Mr. Franklin. We'll see you tomorrow. The deputy's going to give you a map of.
Well, there you have it. Judge Mom is self-aware. She knows it. She even said it herself at the very end. Oh, that was a long slog, but there were nuggets in there. There were nuggets. You had to hang in for a while. But Denise and more, but Denise really came and saved the day. She was out there. She was out there. That next court appearance probably would have been today. You know, so I highly doubt she made it. I highly doubt Denise showed up. but if she did, I wish I would have recorded it. I didn't. Oh well. There you have it. Thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate it. I'll see y'all soon.